Hello Eurovision fans, thank you so much for coming to my channel Eurovision Histories. You know the drill by now in these videos. It's 28 weeks until Eurovision 2024 and I have some news for you. Well, we can say that the season of 2024 has officially started because we have heard the first songs of the season and we're going to talk about that. There has also been a mysterious announcement by Daði Freyr from Iceland. Mons has also said something about hosting in 2024. We have rumors from all around Europe and information that Eurovision is possibly in financial trouble. Let's talk about all of this, but I want to start with the news that have made me the most excited this past week, and that is Greece announcing their artist. It's Marina Satti, and I think it's a great choice. She has founded an a cappella group as well as a women's choir, and she has a lot of stage experience apparently because she performed in musicals but also traditional Greek plays. So that makes me really excited because it sounds like she knows what she's doing and she has a lot of experience on a stage. So we don't have to fear that she might be overwhelmed by the pressure of representing her country at Eurovision. She has also got an amazing style, which I find really, really interesting. It's a mix of pop and traditional sounds. One of her songs, which I like the most, actually, Tucutum, actually has some elements that remind me of Bulgarian chalga music, like this very Balkan turbo folk sound, which I think is amazing. All of her songs until now, as far as I've seen, are in Greek, which I think is amazing as well. I've been a little bit disappointed by Greek entries in recent years because they were very mainstream English pop, very Americanized, not a lot of Greek influence in them. And this might change with Marina Satti. I'm quite sure actually that she will sing in Greek and that the song will have a lot of traditional elements, which I love, of course. I'm a little concerned because they have said that they are accepting submissions for her song, so the song has not been selected. I do hope that she has a lot of say in which song she will sing on the Eurovision stage and that they don't give her a typical Eurovision song, which is something that I really, really don't like. I want more diverse entries. She also seems to be socially aware because her first video, Mantissa, which has millions of views on YouTube, was filmed in a socially disadvantaged part of Athens and was a very, very successful music video because the song is good, but also for that very reason. Now I have my Excitimeter. You can already tell from what I've said that I am most excited now about Marina Satti for Greece. In second place, I have Musti for Belgium. And then in third place, Celia Kapsis. I also asked you guys in the community tab of my channel, and you agree with me. 54% of you say that Marina Satti makes you most excited, 34% Musti, and 13% Celia Kapsis for Cyprus. But there were very positive comments about all three of them, all of them being great artists. So I think we are already very excited about Eurovision 2024. Now, a quite mysterious announcement by Daði Freyr, who has posted to X, formerly Twitter, that Iceland will win in 2024. You heard it here first. This suggests that either he knows about some very famous name that will be participating in the Icelandic national final, or he has heard the songs and there's one song that has really convinced him that Iceland can do it and win in Malmö. He has also said that he is not competing himself, which you might have thought reading that, even though this would have been very self-indulged and that's not what he's like. But it will be really interesting to see which songs Iceland comes up with. Next up, we have some problematic news. Eurovision seems to be in a bit of financial trouble. The Irish HOD, Michael Keeley, has said that the participation fee will be increased once again. There was a huge increase from 2021 to 2022. The reasons were the exclusion of Russia, which paid a huge participation fee before being excluded, but also the inflation that has hit Europe and also the quite expensive locations that the Song Contest is being held at, Liverpool and Malmo being the most recent examples. So from 2022 to 2023, Ireland's participation fee increased by 13,000 euros. That is a lot, especially for the smaller and less financially well-off broadcasters. And this will happen again. And he has said that Apparently, as it is now, Eurovision is not financially sustainable, which is something we as Eurovision fans don't like to hear. But this also shows how important it is to keep the big five in this context and to get more countries to come back or participate, because that lowers the participation fee for all the other countries. Luxembourg coming back is a good start, but we haven't heard about any other countries. North Macedonia, Montenegro, and Bulgaria withdrew last year, saying that the financial burden was just too much. We only have some positive signs from North Macedonia possibly coming back. The other two will probably stay out. And if this trend continues, rising participation fees, we might see more countries dropping out, which is, of course, something that we don't want to see. Then I said that we have heard the first songs of the 2024 season, and that was last night in Malta, who have presented the first 9 songs in a semi-final. There wasn't a vote by the jury and public, but the votes will only be revealed after all of the songs have been performed once. First of all, I have to apologize because last week, and I still have the picture there just to remind myself to apologize, I said that Kurt Kaleja would be participating. That is correct. However, it's not the same Kurt Kaleja who represented Malta in 2012, which I said in my last video. It's a completely different person. Apparently, it's quite a popular name in Malta. However, I had the song This Is the Night stuck in my head for all of this week. So at least some good came from it. Good, I'm not sure, but it did come from it. I did like a lot of the songs in the first semi-final, in the first presentation show. Among them, Wildcard, I liked quite a lot. Oxygen, Cloudmaker is my absolute favorite. And I also like Nathan with Ghost. Check them out. They're all on YouTube, and recaps are also on YouTube. Compared to last year when the songs were first revealed, the quality seems to be better. And also the performances seem to be on a higher level. Cloudmaker I would really love for Malta because it's just a very different style from what they usually send. Then Mons has announced that he wants to host. He told Sveriges Radio that he would be very open to host the show again in 2024. He has not received an offer yet. And as you know, if you've watched my Things I Don't Want to Happen at Eurovision video, I would not be sad or angry or anything like that, but I think that he should let other people have their moment and host the show. But if they choose him, I'm sure he will do a great job. Anyway, he has also said that he had thought about coming back to Melody Festival last year, but he didn't have the right song. And then, of course, Loreen won. But he has said that he possibly might come back in the future. So we can look forward to that. Another former Swedish winner participating in Eurovision, possibly. Then I'm calling it trouble in Ireland, but I'm not 100% sure. Ireland has received 360 songs, which sounds good for the national final. However, they have also said that the Late Late Show will once again be their national final. So why I say trouble in Ireland, nothing has really changed in the way of selecting the song. And looking at the past results of the Irish entries, that is not good news, I would say. Let me know in the comments if you disagree. Then Cornald Maas has said that he was very close to quitting his role in the Dutch national selection process because of all the controversy surrounding the entry by Mia Nicolai and Diane Cooper. You remember there was a bit of a scandal or a bit of an upheaval in the Netherlands because of their lack of performance, let's say, prowess. Also, the vocals weren't as good, and people were really surprised that after a string of very good entries, this was their entry in Eurovision. Of course, they were the first entry in a long time that didn't manage to qualify to the final. And Cornald Maas says that there were a lot of mistruths being thrown around. He wasn't able to counteract them because he had agreed with the national broadcaster that he wouldn't throw oil on the fire. And he even said that some of his family members even asked him about it, and that really didn't make him feel very good. Let's hope that this experience has made them select, or will make them select, the best entry possible for this year, because he has stayed on and didn't quit in the end. Then I have the rumor mill, and we're going to go through it quite quickly because there's lots of rumors from all around Europe. First of all, The rumor has it that famous names are in store for Benidorm Fest 2024. There have been a few hits produced from this festival. For example, Vico with Noche Entera is a giant hit in Spain, and more established artists might be convinced to participate in it to promote their songs and their entries. You don't necessarily have to win the festival to have a hit. Vico showed that. And the names will be announced on the 11th of November, and I'm very excited to see who will be among these names. Then I have read that Stefanie Heinzmann, who's actually from Switzerland, might be competing in the German national final. She had very big hits a few years ago. She has a very soul-y voice, and also her style is quite interesting, soul-y, acoustic. And so I would really love for her to participate in the German national final. Let's see whether that actually happens. Then another rumor from Aftonbladet, which might actually not be a rumor, but more or less a confirmation, is that Victor and Samir will be returning to Melodifestivalen next year. And then Caro Emerald, who also had a few hits a few years ago all around Europe. The lead singer of Caro Emerald might have submitted a song in the Netherlands because she has said that she would love to participate in Eurovision. That will also be interesting to see. And then rumor has it that Melovin might be back in Ukraine to participate in the national final, which will again be Vidbir, and they have received 389 songs, of which 58% were in Ukrainian, 33% in English, 9% bilingual, and 0.5% in other languages. Really diverse bunch of songs. I really love that. And the producer has said that a male participant of Eurovision for Ukraine will be returning, might be a member of Kalush Orchestra, but lots of people say that it might actually be Melovin. Quite excited to see what happens there. Then Eesti Laul has also announced that they have received 215 songs for the national final. 126 of these will be in English, 88, which is quite a high number, I think, in Estonian, and I love that. And one will be in Italian, which some people have said might be Elina coming back and performing one of her operatic pop songs. We shall see what happens. Then here is the updated list of submissions. You can see Sweden still, of course, leading with over 2,000 submissions. We have had the news from Ukraine, 389, from Ireland, 360, and then Estonia, 215, one ahead of Azerbaijan. Quite interesting to see that. Then we still haven't heard anything new about confirmed countries and the confirmed countries list. I have looked at when the list of countries was announced by the EBU. In 2023 and 2022, it was on the 20th of October, so 8 days ago, basically. So we're a bit late this year, but if you look at 2019 and 2018, the list was actually announced in early November. So we still have time, and there's a few countries where participation might be on the fence. So that's why they might wait a little longer to actually announce the confirmed countries list. Then my song tip today is Marina Satti, Tucutum. I talked about it when I talked about the announcement of the Greek artist. I really like the song. It's a bit weird. There's, as I said, Chalga influences, Arabic influences. It's in Greek. It's very strange and interesting. So listen to it. I have really fallen in love with the song and with her as well. These are all the news I have for you this week. Let's see what I can tell you next week. Subscribe to this channel if you don't want to miss that. And then I'll see you for my next video. Bye bye.